Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet, and today we are going to have our DHS Youth Employment and Education Program Technical Assistance call. We've got 8 of 8 people checked in right now, so if anybody else comes in, hopefully they will check us in. We have had some updates to tests happening, so I'm hoping that by next week we have everything in production and working properly. So I want to share that, and then after I'm done sharing this information, then if we have any questions, I will answer any of those open questions that we might have. So on our application, now this is in test. Right now it is not in production. And I went through the process of setting somebody up. So I'm going to start the new application. And this is as a youth. We have some questions that they have to answer. And what we've done is added some new situations, things that might apply to the youth. They are all at the bottom of the list, and these will all count in some of the information that DHS wants to track. And I have from here down are all new questions. So I have a parent or sibling who has been or is currently incarcerated. I have a parent or sibling who has been or is currently a member of a gang. I would be eligible to receive free or reduced lunch at school when I attend school. I have been accused of bullying. I have an individual education plan at school. I have a brother, sister who dropped out of school. I have a brother, sister who is a teen parent. I have been accused of being in a gang. I had or have a DCFS caseworker. I do not participate in organized after-school activities. So all of these items are new. If you have not already made somebody eligible, you would be able to go back in and update any of these answers. If the person has already been made eligible and you're working with them, don't worry about them. Those will come along as with any new people that you will be working with. So if you have not already checked into the poll, please check in with your attendance. All right, so now I'm not going to finish this. I will finish this later. The next piece that we have on the customer's profile, we have an option now that will track any stipend wages that you are paying anybody. So you will want to make sure that you have this stipend incentive-based experience added to the customer profile under one of their steps, especially if you will be paying them a stipend wage. Then on the dollar value of the service, it is going to ask you how much that stipend is. It will ask you how many times you want to offer it. And it will ask you the question, is this stipend counting toward the total allowed subsidized days for an individual? If you check that box, it will ask you to put in when that subsidy started, when it ended, what the dollar rate of it is, and then it will track down here, as well as it will track under the work sites tab. And it will show you here under stipend when somebody has stipend along with the wages. Now, it will track so that if your participant is only allowed 270 days, or if they're only allowed 90 days, whatever your grant is for, it will track any subsidized wages on a job as well as those stipend days. So if you have 30 days as a stipend or incentive, then it will take 30 days off of your total days that you can pay them the subsidized wages. This is being tested right now. There is a button that's broken, so my programmer is feverishly working on that. Hopefully all of this gets pushed to production for our meeting on January 6th so that I can show you all exactly how it works. You will hopefully be able to see it then. The next piece that we did, and I'm not sure if I already showed you this or not, on the assessments, if you add an assessment result for the Casey Life Skills, the box right here, if you are using a PC and using Chrome, this should work for sure, but it will expand so that you can copy and paste some sort of results in there if you want to. If you want to just enter some basic results and then upload the document to the customer's profile as an addendum to their profile, just so that you have some basic results in the Casey Life Skills statement on the assessments, and then upload the other document. The other piece that we have is on the customer's career plan. We have set up some required steps. So this is an older customer. The required steps are not showing on this person, but on the steps and services, if you add one of those required, if you're looking at one of those required steps in the status over here on the right, it will show you evaluated, not required. That item, if you select that item, these dates will go away. So we're working on getting that situated right now. But if a prerequisite, sorry, I couldn't get that word out. If there is a prerequisite step added to the customer profile, which there are many, and it's not required by that participant, then we'll be able to select evaluated, not required, and that will move that to that area and make it so that you don't have to finish that step. The dates will be removed, as I said earlier. The other piece on some of the steps, we have some referral steps that are in here, and let me find one of them. So we have, now where are they all? Let's back this out, find this. I think I may have to add them to this particular customer. But the item is on some of these steps and services. When you finish the step or service, it asks you for a case note. I highly recommend that you always write a case note, but on these referral steps that are going to be in here, it is mandatory that you write a case note. For example, if you're referring them to homeless services, it will require that case note. You cannot bypass it at all. We need to know, where did you make the referral to for that participant, so that we can track when they're getting services or if they're getting additional services beyond your scope. So that it's one of those pieces that you have to fill out that case note and add it to that customer's profile. All righty. Now, the last piece that I want to show you is under the grantee information. It's this folder. We have under Grantee Details, we have a number of items that we've added here, and right now these are all still in test. And I just want to remind everybody that if you have not checked in for the poll for attendance, please make sure that you check. I've got 12 of 15 people that have put in where they belong to, and you need to check an answer on each page. If it's not one of the agencies, you're going to click not one of these, click this to move to the next set. I removed the YEEP people and the leftover CSYEP people. So I apologize if you are here and you're as part of that. Just click the DHS admin team. That will help me know what group you're part of then. All right, back to the grantee details. Once you pick your project and you pick your provider, you'll get the grantee information page. And on here, it has some basic information about your grant and your program. If you have your grant number and want to add that grant information, it might be, I'm just going to make up a number here. When did it start? It probably started July 1. It's probably going to end June 30th. The dollar amount of your grant, maybe it was $275,000. And how many participants did you say that you would be able to serve? And that would maybe be 25. You save it. It will show up here in the item. And now if you happen to make a mistake, you will be able to remove it and do it again. We also are adding staff that have completed required training. At this moment, the only required training for your agencies is the Casey Life Skills. Should there be any other required trainings, we can update and add this. But what you will do is add a staff person and say that it is Myron Hicks. And when did Myron complete? And let's say he completed it on December 1st and he completed Casey Life Skills. I save that. And it will show up in the list. And if you got the wrong person or you got the wrong date, you can then remove that person as well. And then we don't have any training programs. We have work sites that you've added that are listed here. And again, remember, we have services that you can go through the list. You can remove some of these. If you're never, ever going to offer this service, you can remove them by clicking the X. If you want to add services, maybe you removed it and you forgot that you removed it and you're looking for it, you can edit the services by updating them here. We do have the pre-populated steps on a number of the services and goals established already. Okay, that is everything on my list that I wanted to share with you today. So what kind of questions can I answer for you? This was going to be an open question and answer session, so hopefully.
I have a question, Dee.
Yes, ma'am.
We're in the YEEP program and it ends on December 31st.
Your what program?
The YEEP.
Yes.
It ends this week. We've applied to have it extended. Now, I know you said in an earlier webinar that if our program ends December 31st, we have to discharge them. So that means they have to come back in and reapply?
Well, this is the first that I've heard that you guys could extend your program. So
Okay. No, we haven't been approved yet. We haven't been approved to extend, but we were asked, were we, able to?
Okay.
And so Judy put in whatever grant information that she needed to do for the extension. So I was just curious can we just continue on, or do I definitely have to discharge everyone and start all over?
If they do the extension, you've got some time to actually close people out, and you can always put backdate things so that you're closing them out appropriately. I would wait until you hear back, but I have not heard anything about YEEP being extended. That doesn't mean much. They don't always tell me everything. I don't have to approve anything. So I just haven't heard that at all.
Okay.
Give it some time to hear back. I know most of DHS is on break this week. They took vacation days. So you might not hear back from anybody until after the first of the year.
Okay.
Did I answer your question, Toby?
Yes, you did.
All right. Great.
Dee, it's Nancy from the Rockford Park District.
Hi, Nancy.
I was just wondering, I'm very excited that you added the extra selections for the applicants to select. Are they going to be corresponding with our reports that we have to submit?
Are you talking about the situations on the application?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we have not gotten the reporting squared away yet. We've been trying to get all of the data fields entered, and then we'll work on the reporting, but yes.
Okay, because I know that last year SNAP funds were separated from the TANF funds, and I see that yours are together.
Can you please say that one more time?
When you ask if they're receiving funds,
the subsidized wage or the stipend?
no, on the applicant, when they're filling out, like our household receives, let's see, what was, yes, SNAP, this one, the SNAP funds, the reports that we filled out last year, they have those broken down separately.
Okay, so with this particular question right here, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, my suggestion to you would be is add a case note that says, this is what we get for SNAP, this is what we get for TANF, this is what we get for SSI, and then just label it on the title so that you can go back. And unfortunately, I don't have anything simpler. I mean, that is simple, but I don't have anything where you can compile that data.
Oh. No, that the applicant just checks that.
Right.
And when we have to report it, we don't know which one they're actually receiving.
Oh.
So,
okay.
So then we're just sort of guessing which one should we pick.
Yeah, I would still ask the question.
Okay.
And put it in a case note.
Okay.
In the system so that you can report on it.
Great, thank you.
All right, who else has a question? All right, well, I don't see anybody typing and I don't hear anybody asking. So if nobody has anything else, I'm going to say that I wish you all a wonderful, safe, and happy, healthy, prosperous new year. And if you are going to celebrate at all, please, please, please mask up, wash up, and back up so that you will be safe for the next year. All right, blessings to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.